It's the Joseph Bristol Show.
If you enjoy the video, hit the like. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe.
Welcome to another episode of the Joseph Bristol Show, where I go over different aspects of our society and of our lives that I think may need adjusting or just should be thought about and processed, being that we are spirits in a physical body experiencing the physical world, although we are essentially spirits. So this doesn't really matter, this physical aspect of our lives. Our spirits is really what matters. And there are things that we can say or do, or aspects of our lives that can enhance our spiritual connection to one another and thus increase the value of our physical lives, right? So that's ultimately what I talk about on the Joseph Bristol Show. And on today's episode, I want to talk about cancel culture. At least that's what they call it, right? And really mainly because, not so much lately, but just in general, over the last year or so, like cancel culture has gotten a very negative connotation. So like people talk about it in a negative way. They try to make it seem like it's a bad thing, cancel culture. But I don't think it's bad at all. As a matter of fact, I think it's a great thing, cancel culture, and I think that we should all embrace it. We should all embrace the idea of canceling people or companies or entities for their bad behavior. Right? For their negative behavior, right? And notice what I said, their negative behavior, not their negative words, because just because somebody says something, I don't think that they should be canceled or hurt, in these different ways that we've been doing it, right? So a couple of things to touch on first before we even get into cancel culture. A couple things you want to avoid, right? And a couple things you want to do before you just decide to cancel somebody. One of those things is you want to avoid mob mentality, right? So mob mentality is like if you're in a group of friends and maybe one or two of your friends starts to, beat up a dog, right? Like they're punching and kicking the dog. And maybe there's five of you, right? And two of them start doing this. Then the third guy joins in, he starts doing this. And then the fourth guy starts to do it. And you know in your heart, man, I don't want to do this. But because they're doing it, you're saying to yourself, well, I don't want to do it, but I'm part of the mob. I'm part of the group. I might as well do it as well. I'm already here. I'm already in it. I'm just going to do it, right? And mob mentality is a real thing, right? It's a real thing. People get caught up in the group. They get caught up in what the group is doing. And something that my cousin told me years ago that I never forgot, that I thought was real powerful, was he was like, yo, you could be a part of the group, but not be a part of the group, right? So you can be in the group and still be on the side, still be in the back. You don't gotta be in the middle of the group or in the front of the pack. You know what I mean? It's okay to be on the side, to be on the outskirts. That's all right. And that's just something to keep in mind when it comes to mob mentality. So you don't want to get caught up in just because, they canceling Tory Lanez because, women empowerment, and Tory Lanez is trash because he don't empower women and he shot Megan Thee Stallion and blah, 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 blah. That ain't why you want to cancel the guy. So that goes into the next part of cancel culture. You want to educate yourself on why we're canceling this person, right? So if someone says to you, we're canceling Dave Chappelle, I don't mess with Dave Chappelle. You want to ask them why? Why you don't listen to Dave Chappelle, right? So me personally, I have canceled Facebook. I don't mess with Facebook. Just recently, I've canceled my Instagram, as you can see here. So I canceled my Instagram. So you're not gonna see any more Instagram posts from me. And the reason I canceled my Instagram is because I got rid of my Facebook years ago. I don't use WhatsApp, and the only Facebook product, or the only Meta product that I had left was Instagram, and I had been hesitating on getting rid of it because I use it for advertising for my YouTube channel, and it's not my biggest social media following, but it's a very heavily interactive social media following, so I didn't necessarily want to get rid of it. But as I was putting together the notes to make this video, I realized that, if I genuinely believe in cancel culture, and I genuinely believe in the power of it, I need to seriously practice it. So it's not enough to just cancel, Facebook and WhatsApp. I got to cancel Instagram too. I got to cancel anything that deals with Meta. I got to cancel it because I don't support Meta. I don't support Mark Zuckerberg. I think that he is a very trash human being, and I feel like his business practices are not cool. Like, they're not okay with me. So I am against this guy, right? So this goes into what I was saying about understanding why you're canceling somebody. So when people ask me, why you don't shop on Amazon, or hey, watch this Amazon show, I was explaining to them, I don't use Amazon products. I don't like the way that Jeff Bezos functions. I don't like that he don't pay his employees. He's the richest man in the world, but he don't want to pay these people $20 an hour for the hard work that he requires them to do, right? I don't like Mark Zuckerberg. I don't like that he worked with the FBI. I don't like the way he treated his business partners. I don't like how Instagram preys on, young girls and knows that it's psychologically damaging human beings, but they still continue to push these practices on us. I don't like those type of things. So I don't indulge in his business. I don't participate in anything that he's got going on. I don't buy the Oculus. I don't buy anything that deals with Meta, right? Because I embrace cancel culture. So I gather my information from various parts of the world, various parts of the internet. I watch Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, the Young Turks. Last week, tonight, I watch a lot of just different news channels so I can get the information that I need to make a decision. Because you don't want to just be watching Fox News and that's the only news outlet that you watch, right? That's gonna skew your view on the situation. So it's bad to just get one information input. You want multiple sources of information to be brought to you so that you can make the best decision that you can make for your life. So there are a few businesses that I have personally canceled that I don't deal with because I don't like the actions that the business practices. I don't like that. So because I don't like that, I don't give them my money. I don't give them my energy. I don't promote their business. I don't talk about them. I don't indulge with anything dealing with them. And I encourage others not to do that. That is essentially cancel culture. Cancel culture is what capitalism is built on. Because the idea of capitalism is you have choice. If you don't like the way one business does their thing, you go to another business, right? And you just would find the business that you like and deal with those people, not the other people. Even you look at what's going on today in the world, right? Look at how Russia decided that they're gonna go to war and they're gonna attack Ukraine. What did the rest of the world do? The rest of the world started putting in sanctions. Businesses started pulling out their business out of Russia. So they don't even want to do business in Russia. What is that? What do you call that? That's cancel culture. That's corporations and countries canceling Russia. They're deciding, hey, listen, we don't like what you're doing, so we're not gonna mess with you, right? We're not gonna do business in your country. We're not dealing with you. That is cancel culture. That is what cancel culture is all about. So basically, what I'm saying is we already do cancel culture. We practice cancel culture. Countries practice it. Businesses practice it. Businesses do it all the time. Whenever a celebrity says something online or does something online that doesn't represent the business, what do? They fire them. They close out the contract. They don't renew the contract with these people. They take away the endorsement. That's cancel culture. So we're already doing it. What I'm saying is, as individuals, as people, we need to really embrace it some more. Like, we really need to embrace the idea of cancel culture, because we should not be giving our money to these businesses and corporations that don't do what we believe that they should be doing to help us. The businesses that are poisoning us, right? They're putting poison in the water, in the soda, in the chicken, in the whatever. They're literally poisoning us, killing us off. We shouldn't be buying their products. We shouldn't be promoting that stuff online, right? Businesses that believe that they have the right not to serve certain individuals, whether they're gay or black or white or whatever. They don't want to serve those people. We shouldn't be promoting those businesses. We shouldn't be giving them our money. But better yet, the best people to cancel are the politicians. Those are the people we really need to be canceling. And how do you cancel a politician? That's voting, the power of voting. We need to vote these people out of power. And in which case, I'm going to be working on a video on how to become a politician and the best way that we can influence politics, which is going to be all wrapped up into how to become a politician. So I'm working on that video, so I'm not going to get too much into canceling politicians, but we really should be canceling these people because their job is to represent us. And if they're not going to represent us, then we got to vote them out. We got to get rid of them. And not just politicians. I'm talking attorney generals, judges, judges, mayors, congressmen. These are people that are voted into power. School board employees. These are people that are literally voted into power. So we can vote them out. We can cancel them if they don't do what we want them to do. So I think cancel culture is a really big thing. It's really important. And another great example of cancel culture is boycotting. Boycotting a business is cancel culture. So I'm just giving you examples of how we have already embraced cancel culture in our society for years. We've been doing this thing for years, since democracy started, that we've been embracing cancel culture. Because ultimately, what is a democracy? You're voting for people that you think represent what you want done in society. And when you vote someone in who you think is going to do what you want done and they don't do it, you literally vote them out. So you cancel them and put in someone else into power. That is cancel culture, right? And one of the biggest things I think about cancel culture that we should all really not just keep in mind, but really think about is, I don't think it's right to cancel people for things that they've said, right? So they jumped on Joe Rogan, pulled up things that he said in the past, using the N-word. Justin Bieber has done it. Mark Wahlberg has done it, right? So they pull up how these white people have said, the N-word in the past and have been racist in the past, right? And I don't think they should be canceled for things that they've done in the past when they no longer do those things, right? So we have to be careful when it comes to cancel culture. We have to be careful that we're not canceling people for expressing who they are as a person. So it's different if they got on TV and they said things like, oh, kill the blacks, kill the Jews. If they're saying those type of things, then yes, those people need to be canceled because that's not cool, right? But if they're saying things like they don't like blacks and they don't like Jews and they don't like women, we shouldn't cancel someone because they don't like another group of people. Should we not mess with that person? Of course, obviously I'm black. So if some guy gets on TV and is like, I don't like black people, I'm not going to buy his products. I'm not going to promote his movie. I'm not going to indulge and participate in this guy's progression of success. I'm not going to do that. But am I going to go around, actively boycotting this guy and marching and, posting on Twitter, oh, cancel this guy? No, I'm not going to do that. It's a waste of my time. The guy is allowed to feel however he wants to feel. Same way I feel how I feel based on how he feels, right? And that's okay. So canceling somebody because of the things that they say, I don't think is right. Canceling someone because of the things that they do, now that I agree with. So if this guy gets on TV and says he's a racist and then he turns around and slaps some black lady or, kicks a black baby, right? Or signs a bill that is like, oh yeah, lynching black people is allowed in the world. Obviously, this is a person that, yes, let's cancel this guy, right? This guy's not cool. But words can't be why we cancel people. And the cancel culture thing kind of goes into forgiveness. We have to embrace a society that forgives people, right? We have to embrace and understand that people are going to say and do dumb things. They're going to make mistakes. But when they right those mistakes, when they actively try to be better and do better and learn from their mistakes, we should not punish them and hold the past against them. We have to let go of what they did. Yeah, 2 years ago you said some racist stuff, and ever since then you've been donating to black colleges. You've been educating yourself and learning about the history of racism and white people and why your words were hurtful. You've been actively talking about how, we got to do better as a society, and you're showing us how you are putting your actions and your words and your money into rectifying the wrongs that you've done. That's somebody that we shouldn't cancel. We should promote that person. Do we talk about his past? Yes, we can say, hey man, this guy said some racist stuff back in the day, but ever since then, look how many people he's had on his show, right? Look how many things that he's done. He's never said that type of stuff ever again. He's actively been trying to do better with himself and his platform. These are people we should promote, not punish because of the things that they've done in the past. That can't work. That can't work on a spiritual level, not even on a physical level. That just can't work. So I think that it's important that we embrace cancel culture, right? Embrace canceling people and politicians and corporations. We've already done it. We're already doing it. So I believe that we should do it more, right? And we should encourage other people to do it as well, because the power is in the unity. When a lot of us come together and decide, hey, we don't want this thing done, then that's powerful. So how these the alphabet people, the LGBTQR plus whatever, the alphabet people, that's what I call them, the alphabet gang, because they didn't like what Dave Chappelle said on his comedy special, they tried to get him canceled. But anybody who watched the special and listened to what he was saying would have heard and understood that this guy's not a homophobe or transphobe. This guy doesn't dislike other people because of their sexuality or anything like that. If anything, he just dislikes people because he just dislikes people. He thinks people are stupid. So that's completely different from disliking somebody because of their sexual orientation or their gender identity. You know what I mean? And so if you listen to his jokes, not only were they funny, but if you listen to what he's saying, he's speaking truths. He's saying some real stuff, right? So they tried to cancel the guy, and Netflix stood behind him. And I think Netflix did the right thing. I stand behind Dave Chappelle as well. The guy's not wrong for what he said. Listen to the comedy. Listen to it with an open mind. Don't go into it listening, oh, let's find, where is he saying some homophobic stuff? That's not listening, right? So that's not cool. That's what I'm saying when I say get your information from multiple avenues. Don't cancel somebody because someone else cancels them. Cancel someone because what you believe, your beliefs, your morals, your ethics don't stand and are not in alignment with that person and that corporation. And I just wanted to make this video about cancel culture because I think that we don't embrace it enough in our society. We don't talk about it enough individually, right? We don't do that enough. And we only jump on bandwagons when other people are pushing, canceling, right? Because I always tell my family, don't buy from Amazon, buy from Etsy or somewhere else, right? And my family still shops on Amazon. Am I not talking to my family because they shop on Amazon? No. I just, whenever they tell me, hey, watch this show on Amazon, or hey, buy this thing from Amazon, I tell them I don't do that. I'm not doing that. And I just send them the link on Etsy or on the main website or whatever. And we get along perfectly fine. But I'll tell you what has happened ever since I've made my complaints known. A lot of my family members, they have slowed down on buying from Amazon, so they don't buy as much. They've researched it. They looked into what I was talking about to find out if what I'm saying is true. And so we have discussions about Amazon and about Jeff Bezos and about equality and paying employees and things like that. So by me canceling this corporation, I've opened a discussion that has better educated myself and my family and my peers around me. And that's ultimately the power of cancel culture. So with that being said, I want to thank you for watching another episode of the Joseph Bristol Show. Don't cancel me. If you feel like canceling me from any of my videos, drop a comment. Let's talk about it. Well, then again, hey man, if that's how you feel, ain't nothing wrong with that. I embrace cancel culture. I think it's every person's right, and we should embrace it, right? But thanks for watching another episode of the Joseph Bristol Show. Let's all remember, man, we all out here trying to do the same thing. Survive and be happy. Y'all stay blessed.